It's good, y'all. But I finished that sub in the nick of time. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. What's happening, y'all? What's good to everybody that's in here? Shout out to all of y'all. My bad, I'm still kind of eating, but not really. I was finishing up. That's why it took so long for me to start this. Hold up a second. All right, my bad. I'm back. What I'm eating, it ain't no ass. That's for sure. Catherine, you better tell your man, bitch. Nah, friend. I had what was it? I had a cheesesteak from Charlie's. Well, it was a chicken cheesesteak from Charlie's. I ordered it about 3 hours ago. That was the second half of it. About 4 hours ago. It was still daylight outside when I ordered that shit, and I ate the first half. And then I had some Douce, and I felt like I needed to eat something. So then I just had the rest of that shit. That was all I had all day. Hey, brother man X, what's good, Pooh? I ain't in my feelings. I said what I say. You better tell your man, ho. And if he in his feelings, girl, I don't know. You better make you a peanut butter jelly sandwich. All right. And if you want to be all fancy smancy with it, make you a peanut butter jelly sandwich and then heat it up on a frying pan and constantly flip it with some butter on it if you want to get fancy smancy with it. And there you go. Catherine. Boom. There go dinner for the night. Hey Brandon, how you doing, baby? Talk about something, brother man. X always good love. I say hey to you. When I say hey, everybody, I say hey to you. And then after I said hey to everybody, that's when I saw Brother Man X into the chat, and I said, "Hey, Brother Man X." That's what happened. Hey, Brandon, how you doing, baby? How was your day, handsome? Well, yeah, Catherine, he a heezy. That's one of my heezies. What you mean? Of course he's gonna get a special hey. Like, come on, he gonna get a special hey. Brother Man gonna get a special hey. Bitch, sit down somewhere. I always want to get noticed. Get noticed by your man. All right? Because you saw what mine did. He got pissed when I didn't give him no special attention. Quit hating. All right, you want the attention, get it from your man. Hell. Lord Jesus, y'all hold up right quick. My bad, I'm back. Look, y'all, I'm lit off my Douce and my 19 crimes, that cheap ass Snoop Dogg wine. So this gonna be good. All right, this gonna be good. Hold on. Excuse me. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Heart of Hustle Houston. This is season 1, episode 8. The secret finally. The secret's out. And here's what's so funny about the secret. It was one of the things that I mentioned. It has something to do with money. Elena and Josh is in counseling. And Josh said that he made some investments that he thought would put them up on easy street, even though they weren't hurting for money. But he messed it all up. Okay, he pulled a Robin Dickham down way down to the damn ground Dixon and fucked up the church's money. And now because he done fucked up the church's money, the same thing Devil Dick did to dick him down way down to the damn ground Dixon is the same thing that Elena finna do to Josh. Because now you have shown me that I cannot trust you financially. Yeah, I don't want to be with you no more. You know what? It's interesting because I feel like if this was the only thing you did, Josh, I don't feel like Elena would be so hard up on it. But it's the fact that you pulled the leisure suit and you made her a mellow when you cheated on her while y'all was still engaged. And then on top of all of that, you stole this lady money. Because that's really what I get from it. I feel like if she's the breadwinner, I feel like you took this lady money and you fucked it all up in badass investments, and now it's to a point where she just don't want the people you know about. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Josh. I'm not mad at Elena. We're married. When you fuck up money, you fuck up my money because we're a unit. We're married. We're together. We're signed and bound together by law and by paper. So by law and by paper, when you go out there and fuck up your money, you're fucking up our money. Now, I got to be in the midst of some bullshit when we didn't even need the money because we wasn't hurting like that. You allowed your ego to make you do a treacherous decision, and I can't get mad and because see, I felt like Elena was doing too much. But I can't even get mad at Elena for her feelings because it's like, I can't trust you to keep your dick in your pants before we get married. And now that we're married, I can't trust you with finances. We're going to fuck around and be in a po house and got to owe other people because of shit that you got going on. So yeah, like at first I felt like Elena was just doing way too much and she just couldn't get over it. But when it's dealing with marriage, finances, money, things like that, yeah, that is a big deal. Like people work hard for what they got. People work hard for their name. People work hard to get trusted with money and finances and things like that. And with you doing shit like that, you're not just messing up because it's your shit. You're messing y'all up. So I get Elena in her feelings. I get Elena in her feelings. I'm gonna be honest. I totally get Elena in her feelings. I really felt like she was doing too much and she was putting 20 on 10. And it's like, girl, if that was what he did beforehand, you really could get over it if he ain't doing that now. But now I get it. I get it. Like if I was Elena, I wouldn't want to be with your ass either. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be with your ass either. Uh And then Aleda didn't find out until late last year. So you fucked up the church's money and then you didn't tell her about it until a year later. Yeah, I understand her feelings and I understand why she just will never trust you. I get it. Elena said she never said anything because she was embarrassed and she can't trust him no more. Again, Elena, I get it. It is embarrassing. It is. Because what it gives to me is that you've always been the sole provider, to be honest. It gives that you were the sole provider, and because he felt less than, he decided to squander y'all money into bad investments and putting y'all deeper into some shit. Elena, that is embarrassing. I get it, Elena. That is some embarrassing shit. I'm just gonna be real. That is very embarrassing. You already making more money than he is, and then he's doing bad investments because he's insecure about that, and then he put y'all into a hole. So it's like y'all was doing good because of your accomplishments, but because he felt less than and slighted, now he done fucked the both of y'all up, because he did, because y'all are married. His fucked up is your fucked up, especially when it comes to finances. I totally get it. I totally get it. I get how you feel, Elena. And like I was one of the ones who felt like you was doing a lot, but I totally get it now. Because if it was me, yeah, I wouldn't trust that nigga either. I wouldn't. I wouldn't trust him either. Because this is our livelihood. This is how we're living. This is how we're able to pay the bills. And I don't want my name fucked up out here in these streets because of the shit that you got going on because you're insecure. I get it. Josh said that he does love her and he does want to make it work. And she now saying that she doesn't know if she has the capacity to keep going anymore. And then Josh starts crying. Even with that having been said, Elena, I also feel like this. Why did it take you so long to say that? It just seemed like you wanted a safe space to be able to tell him you don't want to do this no more. But the fact that he broke down and cried like a little basket case, I don't understand why you needed a safe space to say that you don't feel as though this is something that you can still do anymore. Because that nigga wept. Like the way you carried it, like you made me feel like he was a tyrant or some shit around there. He probably would have fucked you up if you decided to leave. But the fact that he just sat there and broke down, the fact that he sat there and broke down and you had to console him, I don't know, Elena, like that says a lot too. I felt like you really could have been kicked. You honestly, Elena, I'm not trying to blame this on you, but I do feel like you kept this going on for the purpose of the show. And I just feel like you just should have told him this from the very beginning. Hell no. I could forgive you cheating on me beforehand. Nigga, you fucking up my money. That I cannot forgive. Nigga, Trump is in office. Lord knows what this country is going to fall into. And you fucking up my money? Nah, bro, I can't be with you. I can't even trust you with finances. We're going to be out here in the poorhouse messing around with your ass. Like, I just wish you would have said that shit, Elena. That's how I feel about it. I wish you would have said that shit. We would have been on your side. You kept us waiting for 8 episodes and that was one of the guesses on the chalkboard that he fucked up the church's money. You just should have said that. He did. And he said he'll let your ass go. He said he love you, but he'll let you go if you don't want to be with him. So Elena, your storyline really could have been you going through your divorce. And we're starting off with your divorce. And then season 2, we can see you putting the pieces of your life back together and moving on. Quiet as it's kept. But since you don't want Josh, you can send Josh my way. Josh, I got 2 good shoulders that you can lay on to cry. I got 2 good shoulders that you can lay on and cry, Josh. 2 of them. Because Elena ain't fucking with your ass, so you can't cry on her shoulders. But you damn sure can cry on mine, Josh. I'm for it, but you ain't fucking with my money. My money is my money. Now that I know what it is, my money is my money, and your money is your money. Now that I know what it is, Josh, you can cry on both of my shoulders because Elena don't want you no more. Now here, this whole time, I thought it was you that didn't want her no more. But au contraire, mon frere, she don't want your thieving, lying, despicable, fucking up the church's money ass no more. But that's fine, cause you right up my alley. I get cause you would never get ass set on my motherfucking coin, nigga. So because of which, I got two shoulders you can lay on and cry your woes away. Elena ain't gonna mind, she don't want you no more. She ain't even in love with your ass no more. Now that was heavy. You can go on ahead and lay right here. One or two. One or two. I got another place you can lay your head at too, but see, I gotta turn around and be face down, ass up, and I don't want to do all that on the lab or whatever, because you know they ain't ladylike. Anyway, um, so we go down to the Napa trip, down to the vineyard that's owned by Africa Americas. I would have loved to have been able to meet the said Africa Americas that own the vineyard. Maybe they didn't want to be on camera, and that's their God-given right. So I respect that. But I will say this: that the villa and or Airbnb, it was really cute. It was really cute. I love the layout of it, the open floor plan. I loved all the windows and the light shining in and the views and all that, the animals and all that. It was cute. I'll accept it. It was cute. I'll accept it. Um, Latoya talks about how well, when they decided to go out for lunch or whatever, they started talking about, the concept of making wine. And Latoya says that, she don't mind wine. It's just the fact that they stuck the grapes with their feet is what she got a problem with. And then she tells a tale about how she once dated a nigga whose toenails look like David's sunflower seeds, the barbecue kind. I said, listen, that's why I don't do feet. That's why I don't do feet. If I was straight, I probably wouldn't mind feet because majority of the times females keep a manny and a petty. So if I was straight, I probably wouldn't mind feet so much. But I'm gay as fuck and I date niggas and I know exactly the type of feet that Latoya is talking about. I totally get you, Latoya. I do. Most of the dirty pieces of trade, I know feet and they toenails look like that. Especially if they're of a certain age. Like if they're around my age, 88, 87, 86, and so on, yeah, 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 they'll take off their shoes and they might have a bunion, a funnion, a corn, fun guy under the pinky toenail. They might. Now, the generation these days, they're into mani and pedis. So maybe their feet are not that bad. But Gen X, early millennials, so I know exactly what you're talking about, Latoya, and I'm not mad. Listen, I don't do feet, period. Whether your feet are pretty or whether they look like you've been walking on rocks for all of your life, it don't matter. I'm just not a feet person, period. I don't even like my feet. That's why I always walk around with socks and shit. Like, I don't even like my feet. I don't. Like, I'm just not a foot person by any means. Like, you walk on those. Ew. Your feet sweat. They cooped up in socks and shoes all day. Like, nah, they keep it older. And most times when you in the shower, people be neglecting foot care. So it's just like, nah, I've never been a feet guy. I've never been a feet guy. I've never been into feet. Don't fuck around with my feet, nigga. I'll kick you in your mouth. Don't fuck around with my goddamn feet. And don't ask me to fuck around with yours, because I spit in your face. I don't do feet. Period. Not my feet, not your feet, not Jesus' feet, nobody's feet. I don't do toes. I don't do toenails. I don't do toe jam. I don't do athlete's feet. I don't do none of that. Dealing with feet. I'm not a feet guy. By no means. So, the ladies uplift row and Latoya doing the little lunch picnic table. And I will say this is what I mean by sisterhood. See, a lot of these shows want to claim sisterhood, but it's not there. Like when I think about sisterhood, I think about shows like these. How even when it's a problem or somebody feel away, they can sit and talk. And if it get a little heated, they can allow a person to have a space and they could come back and they could correct it. That's a sisterhood. Shit that we see on Basketball Wives, that's not a sisterhood. Shit that we seeing on Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville, that's not a sisterhood. Shit that we seeing on damn No Love, Just Flops, Atlanta and Miami, that's not a sisterhood. I feel like this show in particular really shows what a sisterhood is. You could have a problem or issue, even a slight argument or a disagreement, but y'all could still come back together, talk about it, and it ain't gotta be no good thing. No big thing, I mean. So I appreciate the real sisterhood that I see coming from this show in particular. I appreciate y'all for that. Take notes to all of y'all other shows. This is what you call a sisterhood. The ladies have dinner with a private chef, Chef Seven, and he is so cute. Chloe getting her panties all hot and in a bunch for a nigga that she can't have. And the ladies call her out about that, and she tells them that she ain't got a ring on her finger. But at the end of this, we see that her and Jordan are still together and that she hollering about wedding bells. Excuse me. Listen, Chloe, here's the gag. I'm not mad at you for how you feel about Seven, because I want Seven too. But I can have Seven because I'm saying I ain't got no Jordan. I'm not up here on reality TV saying that I got a man and he 4 years older than my son and all of that, and we sharing an Instagram together, but y'all not together. While sharing the Instagram. You flirting with the damn man, and then we get down to the end of this. You talk about how y'all sit together and there's wedding bells. Whatever, Chloe. Okay. Whatever, Chloe. Um, Elena comes clean to the ladies about what's going on between her and Josh, down to counseling, and admits that she ain't even in love with Josh ass no more. And she's okay with admitting that. That's why I said, Josh, if you need some, and I'm sure your name Joshua, if you need somewhere to lay your head and cry your sorrows, my shoulders are available. And Elena, you can't feel no way when you got up here and admitted that you're not even in love with him no more. So ergo, Josh is fair game to anybody that want him. Now I ain't got no problems with you, Elena, but you got up here and said that you don't want your man and you're not in love. So ergo, he's fair game. And all us hoes got the right got the right to get at your man. So I don't want to hear nothing from you in these comments, Elena. You threw your man out there to the wolves, girl, and I'm the biggest wolf of them all. I am a eater, bitch. Okay? I am a eater. Do you understand? I am the biggest wolf of them all. So now that I know how you feel, appreciate it, Elena. So I don't feel no way sad about landing your man. None. And I shouldn't get no emails, no DMs, or nothing from you. Because I know how to handle Josh. He ain't getting to send him my damn money. He ain't getting to send him my damn money. He just good for one thing. So I ain't going to go through what you went through, girl. Moving on. He ain't getting to send him my money, girl. I ain't even got no tax to give him. Okay. Listen. Well, he got Kareem got the $5.25. I don't have the 25 cents for him. He got the 5, but I ain't got the 25 cents for him. I ain't got no like. That's how I am with it. I'm lit, y'all. Anyway, Labrina says she's not shocked by that at all because when she looks at the both of them, ain't no love there. Here's the thing. I agree with you, Labribri. Labribri, I've been said that. So I'm glad that Labribri basically confirmed what the fuck I've been saying since episode 1. Like, he doesn't. Like, I feel like what he's feeling is guilt. And so he's like, yeah, I want to make it work and I want to do this, that thing, and the other out of guilt. I honestly feel like in his heart of hearts, he just, the same way she's out of love, he's out of love. He is. Trust me. He is. I really feel like the feeling is mutual with the both of them. But because he fucked up, he wants to try to do this as a way to make it right. So he doesn't seem like, the one that caused all of this to happen, like most men do. But oh, brother man X, you'll be all right. I never run into Josh or Seven. I have more chances of running into you, considering we both live in the Big Apple. Go somewhere. Quit being jealous. All right, I don't like my man jealous. Okay, I like my man be like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that nigga. What's good with you? What's good with us? What we doing? See, that's how I like my niggas. All right, that's how I like my dirty pieces of trade. I don't give a fuck about that nigga. What the fuck we doing? So that's my type of nigga. Child. Anyway, uh, Manira, she gives her some advice, and then she uses the dark cloud term. Elena says that she thought that they had a deeper connection, but the dark cloud comment made her feel away. Um, Elena says in her confessionals that she wasn't ready to hear everybody's opinion, and then the dark cloud comment comes up again. And Elena tells Manira how she felt about that damn comment. And Elena goes to talk to Manira after they had their issues and they work it out. Listen, Elena, I don't know how you gonna take this, but whether you be cool or coming off a bag on me, baby, I wasn't mad at Manira's choice of words. Usually, a lot of times when people are going through some shit and they've been through it for a while, y'all can have a dark cloud over y'all after a while because y'all are still sticking around staying and making excuses for why you're staying, but you're still miserable. And so because you not giving it to Josh, now you want to give it amongst these other ladies. That's honestly how I feel, Elena. Now I don't have no problems with you at all. I actually like you. I think you real sweet. I do. Beyond all of this shit, Elena, I feel like you a real sweet girl. I honestly do. And I feel like you don't know how to give Josh those emotions and that anger. So you want to give it to these ladies. That's honestly how I feel. Elena. I do. I feel like what you feel like you can't give to Josh, you're gonna give to these ladies, and you're so super sensitive about it. Like all of that you gave Manira, you really could have gave it to Josh down to that counselor session. Like you really could have been honest. You really could have been like, you could say your tears. You could say, because I've been crying for such long. Your tears really don't mean nothing to me. Like I'm really just over it. Like I really don't like. That's just how I feel, Elena. Like I just feel like what you could have gave to Josh, you didn't, and you gave it to Manira, and I don't feel as though Manira deserved it. I understood what she meant about a dark cloud because all of us go through that. It's not that you mean to be a Debbie Downer because I don't feel like nobody that's really going through something and they have that, they mean it. I don't feel like that. But it happens and it shows. And a person that's really your friend is going to see that shit. I don't feel as though Manira was out of pocket or out of place or nothing. I feel like you got hurt by the truth. That's really what I think. I think you got hurt by the truth. And instead of you accepting the truth, you decided to gaslight Manira into feeling as though she said something that was so out of pocket. But no, I've been around people who are going through shit in their relationship, and it do be a dark cloud. It does. Like I went through that with a friend to a point where I didn't even want to be around them. I didn't want to invite them to nothing. I didn't want them to be around nothing that I had because I just didn't want to deal with that. Because a person who has some real shit going on, they can transfer that energy. And that's just some shit that you don't want to be around. Like, I don't feel as though Manira meant any harm in what she said. It was the truth that hurt you. So you decided to be mean to her because the truth hurt you by saying, well, I don't know your heart. Like, and Elena, I don't know nothing about you. I don't know nothing about Manira either. But looking at this conversation and looking at how it went, that's what I got from it. She told you the truth. The truth hurt. So you decided, well, since you finna hurt me with the truth, I'm finna hurt you. That I don't know. When it comes to friendship, I don't get down with that. Because if I can't be truthful with my friends, then who can I be truthful with? And if you my friend and I'm being honest with you and you just saying bullshit just to hurt me because you feel away, what is that? I mean, I don't know. Terrence, you owe Brandon Brown an apology. You gonna call him Brother Man X name, you trifling. Catherine, I don't owe him nothing because I did not call him Brother Man X's name. See, that's what happens when you all in my business and you don't know what the fuck going on. See, you run around here starting shit and you don't even know what the fuck going on. No, I did not. I know Brother Man X from damn Brandon. Sit down somewhere. You all in my shit. Sit down somewhere. Where your man at, Catherine? All right? Where your heezies at? Get out my shit. All right? If you had your own shit, you wouldn't be playing around in my shit. Get out my shit, Catherine. Get out my shit. Move it on. You said Manira acts the same way. Let me think. Listen, if you're referring to Manira and Latoria, I honestly don't feel like Manira and Latoria were that close like that. So I don't necessarily correlate that. If you're speaking between what happened between Latoria and Manira, I don't feel like they was that close like that. So that's why they took it the way that they took it. When it comes to Elena and her, I feel like Elena got pissed at the truth. And so because she said that, and it was the truth, and it's the truth that hurts, she decided that she wanted to throw some shit out there to hurt her. Like that's really what I feel. I feel like it's like a coping mechanism thing. That's what I think going on. I don't feel as though Manera and Latoya were close like that. I don't. I could be wrong. But I don't feel as though Manera and Latoya were close like that. But Manera and Elena was. That's why I don't understand why Elena took it the way that she did. But then again, I do, because when it's the truth, it hurts. Talk about something. See how I did you, girl. Back. Did listen. What we had going on is a black and TLC situation, and a black and TLC conversation. You need to escape your ass up out of our conversation, and I think, Catherine, tend to your man, girl. You all in our shit. Tend to your man, girl. Anyway, um. I was glad that Elena went out and went and talked to Manira. Like I said, that's where the sisterhood thing comes in at, because even after that situation happened and it was heated, they were still able to come together and work it out and talk, and they're fine. This is what I mean by sisterhood. But Elena, you need to work on that shit. All right, because I don't feel as though Manira was being mean or malicious towards you in that moment with what she said. To her, you had a dark cloud. To me, so did you. To Labrina, so did you. Because Labrina even mentioned that in her confessional when she was like, she could tell that there was something off with you. So if you got two people that can see that in you, I'm more than sure everybody else can. And also shout out to Chloe for calling out how you was being condescending when it came down to Manera. Like when she kept trying to talk and explain herself and you kept over talking her. I appreciate Chloe for saying stop over talking her. Let her talk. Like, I agree. Like, I don't know. Like, you was mean for no reason. And it's like, girl, give all of that to Josh ass. Don't give all of that to Manira. Give it to Josh ass. Anyway, Labrina gives the ladies some flowers, different color flowers to represent them. And then, Latoya starts it off by giving one of her roses that she gave her. And all the ladies gave a rose to, big up the Bree and all that good stuff. That was basically the end of the episode. And then we find out that Latoya stepped away from Rain Houston. Even though Manira and Elena worked their shit out, that they shit still rocky. And Josh moved out. Josh, you moved out? I got a bed, Josh. Listen, let me tell you something, Josh. The best way to get over something is to leave it in the dust, okay? Go on ahead and leave Houston. Ain't nothing in Houston for you no way, Josh. You can always move down here to Long Island. I'll help you get on your feet. I got a nice strong bed with a nice strong backboard in the other room that won't break. Okay. I can help you land you on your feet, but don't ask me for no motherfucking money, nigga, because I ain't got nothing to give you. You won't fuck up my coin the way you fucked up your soon-to-be ex-wife's. Nah, but I'll help you get on your feet so you ain't got to worry about fucking up my coin. The only coin you can fuck up is your own, because you won't get a piece of mine. Then you can get a piece of me, but you cannot get a piece of my coin, a piece of my dollar, a piece of my ducats, a piece of my treasure, a piece of my purse, a piece of my pesetas, a piece of my lei, a piece of my green, a piece of my dinero. You can't have it. But you can have a piece of me though, Josh. You can have a piece of my coochie that's waiting for you. Boy, it's true. I wanna fuck you. Hey, come on, Josh. This is all about a fuck around here, honey. I ain't in love. You ain't in love either. Okay, I ain't in love, and your ass ain't either. I just want some good dick, and I feel like you got it for some reason. They did. All of the other ladies felt the darkness that was protruding out her damn pores, but she just wanted to be mad at Manera because she wanted to be the one to sit something back. Child on. Ugh. Lord have mercy, Jesus, Josh. You lost a couple 100,000 when you didn't even have to, nigga. Listen, if you wanted to be a kingpin, Josh, you really could have just sold some weed. Like, you really could have just sold some weed, Josh. Like, with the money that you and your wife had, like, you could have got you some top of the line grade A. You understand? And you really could have just peddled you some weed, friend. If you wanted to get some extra money and become a kingpin, why you just didn't do that? Right. Watching her cry over Josh for 8 episodes for her to get in the 8th episode and say, I'm not even in love with him anymore. And you know what? I'm okay with admitting that. But you cried. That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. But you cried, Elena. 7 episodes. You cried back this man to get all the way to the 8th episode and admit that you're not even in love with him no more. And you don't want to be with him no more. And we figured that out because he moved out. Josh, again, I got a nice strong bed with a nice strong headboard in the other room, Josh. I'm just saying. You know, just saying. If you want to get away, preferably to New York. It was more than 100K to let her tell it. I think she said he lost a couple 100,000. Yeah, she did that too. She said that Josh was controlling too. She did. She alluded to that when she was like, she felt like she couldn't do no girls trip. But see, I don't even think Josh was controlling. I think Elena didn't want to leave because she just didn't trust him being by himself. That's what I think. I'm gonna be honest. Listen, to look at Josh, I do not believe that Josh is controlling. The way that nigga broke the fuck down to Angie's office, nothing about him gives me controlling. I'm gonna be real. What I think was that she just didn't trust him by himself. She didn't trust him by himself. She didn't trust him to go and leave for no girls trip, for no weekend, or nothing like that, because she didn't know what he was going to do. That's what I think. I don't bit more believe that Josh is controlling. I don't. Josh looked passive as a motherfucker. I just think she didn't trust him to leave by herself and leave him by himself. That's what I think. Like that was. I'm glad you brought that up. That was cute, Elena. But for some reason, I just don't buy that. I just don't buy that. I believe you never wanted to be too far away from him once you found out that he cheated. And then once you found out that he was siphoning money out show shit, that made it another reason why you didn't want to leave him by himself. And so you just felt the need to constantly be there. That's what I think. Talking about something he was controlling. Child, please. The way that he broke down like a little bitch. you, the way he broke down like a little bitch, I just don't think that. I really don't. That was cute though, Elena. That was cute, but I don't necessarily think that. Cause controlling niggas ain't breaking down like a little bitch on national TV down to Dr. Angela's office. Controlling niggas ain't doing it. So, in my opinion. So, if anything, Josh Giver, he wants to be controlled. Again, Josh. Listen, Josh, I'm very dominant. Even though I'm submissive because I'm about him, I'm very dominant. I'm very dominant. I want what I want when I want it. Okay. So if you into that type of shit, Josh, I don't mind. I don't mind making you my little footstool if you into that, Josh. I don't mind making you my little footstool, nigga. Just let me know. If you into that, okay. That's right up my alley. Just don't be no little bitch about it. That's all I ask. Don't get your feelings hurt. Don't do that. That's all I ask, Josh. Don't do that, T. We want to normalize men showing emotion. It took him 8 episodes to do it because one episode out of the 7 episodes he cried. The 7 episodes he looked at her like this here. Listen, he was so nonchalant with her for 7 episodes. I never thought the nigga could cry. Then episode 8, he decided to shed a tear. Now you got Brandon up here hollering back. Men can show him. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't like no crybaby ass nigga. Showing emotion, having emotion is one thing. I don't like my trade pieces running around out here falling apart at the seams. I don't like my trade pieces like that. Like if I fall apart at the seam, that's one thing. I'm the submissive one. I don't like my trade to be falling apart at the seams. I'll be looking at him like, nigga, pick your nuts up. Do some push-ups or something. Nigga, what the fuck you crying for? Like that's the way. Now, if I cry, then yeah, I would expect him to be like, "Come here, baby, relax. Like, look, stop that shit." Like when I cry, I, I'm old school. That's all. I'm old school. That's all. He was embarrassed. That was the tears, and I agree. He was more embarrassed than anything. That's what I think. He was embarrassed, which would be embarrassing. You a man and your wife up here making more money than you to the point where she got you working for her. So yeah, I could see the embarrassment. He was controlling to some extent because how she ain't know that money was gone because he's a liar. That's how. He was a liar, and she was trusting her husband. Controlling ain't got nothing to do with that. He's a liar, and she just decided to trust her husband until it got to a point where she could not trust him no more, which shows me somebody brought to her attention, maybe her accountant, or maybe her money manager, or maybe the bank called her. They saw some shit. You know what I mean? That's what it's giving to me, Jess Marie. He was a liar, and she just chose to believe her husband until she got smacked in the face with the evidence to prove that she could no longer trust her husband. I don't feel as though he was controlling to her by any means. I don't, because you got to look at it. She still married him even though she found out that he cheated on her while they were engaged. I just feel as though she went into the marriage not trusting him, and that's why she didn't want to be too far away from him. But he was still able to go out here and fuck around with the damn money. So I just, right. They were doomed from the very beginning. She only found out because she went to purchase something and couldn't. See, like I don't think it had nothing to do with him. I just when I look at Josh, I don't see no. I don't. I don't believe Josh was around there. Ike Turner in her ass. I don't. I just. I don't. I really don't. That man don't seem controlling at all. Trust me. At my age, I've lived. Okay, Ocean Dreaming. But anyway, y'all. That's pretty much it. That's all. I ain't got no more. I don't reach 59 minutes and 51 seconds. So I've officially reached my hour. What do I think about Heart and Hustle Houston? One, I hope it gets to season two because I did thoroughly enjoy the season. I didn't know how to feel about it, which is why it took me so long to watch. I told y'all I was home on Sunday. I was bored as hell, and I just said, let me see what this show is. And I've been on it ever since. Um, it's only season one. You're only gonna get so much out of season one. But from what I got from season one, I would totally love a season two. I would. I would totally love a season two. It would be interesting to see what's going on with Chloe and Jordan and Nico fine ass. It'd be interesting to see what's going on with everybody else, like Ro. You know what I'm saying? Especially with her new career choice, whatever that may be. It'd be interesting to see that. The same thing with Latoya, like she's leaving the career that she was in for 16 years. I would love to see her what the new transition gonna be, how that's gonna go. You know, I would love to see Manira have a real damn storyline for season two. No shade, no shade. But I would love to see Manira have a real damn storyline for season two. Um, it'll be in, like I said, with Chloe and all of them. Like I'm here for it. I'm here for it. We also found out that Pop moved back in with them full time. Listen, let me tell you something, Labrie, and then I'm gonna end this. I really hope that's something that Pop wanted to do because he wanted to do that, and I hope he wasn't talked into doing that by you and William. And the reason why I feel like that is because that's just what y'all gave all season long. I didn't hear you say where his dad ever mistreated him. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't hear anywhere where you said his dad ever mistreated him. And I don't think I ever heard where you said his daddy wasn't there. So I just hope that he decided to do that because he felt that's what was best for him, and not because you and William made him feel bad about now wanting to go with his dad because he was with y'all for as long as he was. That's really what I hope, LaBrie. I'm gonna be honest. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've ever heard LaBrie get up here and say that his dad was never there and that he had a fucked up dad, or that he never knew who his dad was, or that his dad was never in his life. I never heard her say that. So I just hope that he did that because he just missed being there with y'all and that's his safe space, and not because y'all made him feel bad like William tried to do, talking about, well, I ain't gonna bring up everything I did for you now. I ain't gonna bring up the parties and stuff I do for you, because I feel like, now I kind of did all of that for no reason. You did say that. So I really hope that ain't what that was. Because if it was, that's fucked up. And I like you, LaBrie. I like you too, William. But if that's what that was, that's fucked up. It is. That's fucked up. I almost forgot that. Uh-huh. Is that it for everybody? I think that's it for everybody. Is it? Oh, right. Cedric, aka Miss T.S. Shaniqua Everlasting. I hope we never see your Adam's apple hiding behind all that Casilla ass ever again in life. You were a complete bust. I felt like you were the most thing about the show that I did not like, that I did not need. They really could have scrapped that shit because you serve no purpose. I really hope this is the end for your boy in a dress ass, and we never have to see you or that hidden Adam's apple under all of that Casilla again. I hope this is the absolute end of Curtis, aka Miss T.S. Shaniqua Everlasting. I really hope this is it. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I ain't got no more. Y'all jump down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this season as well as this episode. And yeah, until season 2, which I hope we get from these ladies, we signing off. Hold on. Hold on. Back.